Greetings, Shalom, Mambo. This is Wanda. This is Diaspora Connect. Thank you so much for tuning in. I decided to do a video today. I do normally like to do the videos during the day because I like the natural sunlight, but I just happened to not be available, so decided to do a video this evening and wanted to come to you, and I wanted to talk about why I do not have a house helper or a dada or a someone to help me around, because a lot of the middle to upper class locals have helpers. They have a sister to help them, with cooking and the washing clothes and all that. And it's kind of unusual to see us coming from the West, and that they see us doing a lot of our own things. They're like, why are you doing that? You can get a helper to do that. Why are you washing clothes? You can get a helper to do that. So, no, I have never had a sister or a helper, because in the West, we don't normally have helpers. In the West, we can't afford to be paying somebody to do all that stuff. So we're so accustomed to doing our own, washing our own clothes, and cooking our own foods, and taking care of our own families, and tending to our own yards, or paying somebody to do it, and anything that we need done, cleaning our own houses, anything that we need done. Coming from the West, we're just accustomed to managing our own things. So me coming here, even though the value of the US dollar is stronger here, I still am used to doing all of my own things. I'm used to washing my own clothes, cooking my own food, cleaning my own house, and everything that I need to have done, I'm used to doing it. So it's not even a chore for me. It's not a problem for me. It's not an issue for me. Now, there are people with a lot of kids, and they do need help. Now, that is understandable. Like if you have, 2, 3, 4 kids, and you're trying to keep the house clean and cook and doing all that stuff, and tending to them, that could be a challenge. But also at this end of the day, in the same instance, in America, we have to do that. We have to just manage our own kids, our own lives. So it's just something that we're accustomed to. Most of us don't have helpers to help us manage our own homes. So this is the reason why I don't have a sister or a dada to help me cook or clean, wash clothes, and do all the things around the house, and tend to things outside. If I'm growing some plants in pots, I do all that myself. Like, I do everything myself because I like it. I'm comfortable doing it. And I'm just accustomed to doing it. I don't need someone to help me to do. And then I don't know, I think there's a lot of the women are kind of particular about how things are done. That is me. Some may say that I am OCD. I don't consider myself as OCD, but I am like a creature of habit. So I like things in a certain place. I like things kind of organized. Certain things go in certain places, and if it's out of place, it just annoys me. So because I'm that way, I prefer to tend to my own, like, house, clothes, cleaning, everything. That part, I prefer to do that because I'm kind of particular, so I can say it that way. I'm particular about how things are done, how things are handled. Even putting the dishes up. I have a place for almost everything. I know and I think a lot of women are like that. They organize their kitchen, right? They organize the kitchen, and they put certain things in certain places. So you may have a drawer, and you may have one of those silverware racks that you put in there. So one section is for forks, one section is for knives, one section is for spoons, right? And then on the other is an open space for the bigger tools or utilities that you use to cook with. So I have a drawer like that. So as you can see, I wouldn't just wash all the dishes and all the silverware and just take them and just put them in the drawer. Some people do that and then they just pick through what they want. But I'm a little bit more organized than that. So I like to have everything kind of like in its proper place, even with the way I have the dishes. I have cups in one place, bowls, and I have glasses. So I have things kind of organized the way that is comfortable for me. So when I go to use things or when I go to wash things, I know exactly where to put it. Everything has a place. It's always a space for everything. So I'm like that in every section of the house, putting clothes up, folding clothes up, cleaning certain things, moving stuff around. Everything is in a place. So if I was to go in a room and I needed something, I know exactly where to go. It would be there and I can see it. And then when I use it, do whatever, I sit it right back in the same. So I'm very organized when it comes to house and house living and doing things. So for me, it would be easier and more uh, comfortable for me just to do it myself because I know where everything is. And then us living here in Africa, everything is a little bit more laid back. So you're not pressed to hurry up and clean up, hurry up and do this, and hurry up and do that. You do it at your own pace. So with me, if I decide I want to thoroughly clean, I'll wake up one day and be like, I'm very spontaneous when it comes to that. Let me just clean up. If I feel like it's kind of dusty around here, I'll just start cleaning. So it's just on my time schedule that I do things. I don't want to have like a schedule where I have someone coming every day on this date to clean up. What if I decide that I want to clean up on this day? So I just do everything myself. I don't want to frustrate anybody. And also it saves money because in my opinion, it's a waste of money to pay someone to do things that I can do. If I was not able to do it, if I wasn't able to manage, then yeah, I will pay someone. But since I'm still able to manage, and it keeps me active, also moving around, doing things, and organizing and cleaning. That's exercise as well. So it keeps you from just sitting around doing nothing. So, but yeah, that's the reason why I don't have a sister or a dada to do anything for me. I cook my own food. I'm very particular about, food that I eat and people eating other people's food. I'm very particular about that. Um, I've always been like that, even in the West, even in America. I've always been very particular about the food that I eat. Um, and the way it's cooked. So I like certain things a certain way. Yes, I'm open to try new dishes, but that's like at a restaurant, not necessarily somebody doing things and cooking certain ways in my kitchen when I know what I like and I can cook it that way. So yeah, it's just, yeah, because so many people have asked me why I don't have a dada. And washing clothes, I can wash my own clothes. I have not had to wash by hand because almost the whole time I've been here in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, I was around a washing machine. I had one in the hotel I stayed in. I had the hotel wash my clothes, so that I washed my clothes at that point. But when I moved into my own place, I've always had a washing machine. So I haven't had the opportunity to really wash my hand. Now, even in the West, I will wash certain clothes, certain gentle clothes that you don't want to put in the washing machine, your fragile items that like silk, satin, maybe wool, certain things wool, you have to put that in the cleaners, but certain things that you may not want to wash in the washing machine, you just wash those by hand. So I've had the opportunity to wash in the West certain fragile items, and certain delicate items I will have washed by hand. And even here in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, I've had to wash certain things, and I'll just basically wash them in the shower, or I have the basins that I'll wash them in there and then just hang them up. So I've done a little of it, but majority of my washing, I have a washing machine. So I have a local washing machine. The ones that the locals use is not the ones like we use in the West. It's a different style. It's like it's called a manual washing machine because you manually do everything. You put your clothes water, you add your water, you put your clothes in, and then you manually turn the little knob where it turns left, turns right. That's washing, washing, washing. And then you take it out and put it in the rinser, the spinner. There's a spinner, and then I hang them. So it's kind of a manual washing machine, but I still have one. So, but yeah, so I don't really need a helper because everything I do is, it's kind of easy. Like, I don't even think about it because I'm so used to doing it back in the West. Um, when my son was growing up, I did it. When I was married, I did it for all of us. Like, I'm just used to doing everything. Even for other people when they come, I don't have a problem washing dishes and clean up behind other people. I just do it. I don't even think about it. It's just as I'm moving around talking, I'm just doing stuff. So I don't really need someone to help me clean and everything. So the most help that I usually need is, in translating. If I go to certain places, I'm going to buy certain things, then that's when I need help from a local person to help me to navigate the prices and everything. And if I need to, travel somewhere, then I would need, maybe have a local come with me, and then they can speak for me, and we can, stuff like that. But that's mainly the type of help that I need. But as far as domestic help, I don't need that. Now, we do have a groundsman here where I live, so that would be something that I would actually need someone if I, once I get land and have my own land, and I'm, have my little garden and all that stuff. I would definitely need a grounds person and maybe a security person. Or that grounds person would maybe do both, maybe security and, be my groundsman. I would just pay them to do both. Security is basically just somebody just sitting there making sure nobody don't um, invading your privacy or come on your land or whatever. So, but yeah, those would be the two jobs that I would possibly need someone to do that I would actually pay them to do. Other than that, I do everything myself. I don't do the nails thing. I don't do the hair thing. All that stuff, I do my own stuff. I'm particular about my hair. I don't like people putting their hands in my hair. And then I'm particular about my skin and my nails. Like, I don't let like people rubbing and, messing with my nails and all that stuff because I'm just particular. It's just me. Because I know spirits are real and people do things and they use spiritual, um, the spirit that they are, um, worshiping, or the spirits that they honor, or the spirits that are attached to them that can affect you. If, as say for instance, if they're dealing in any kind of wickedness or anything that they're doing spiritually, that can affect you. If these people are putting their hands in your hair, if these people are rubbing on you, your skin, massaging you and doing your nails and all that, that can affect you negatively. So I like to be cautious and careful. Basically, I walk circumspectly. I check everything, I question everything, and I prefer to keep it as solo as possible. Me doing all, because I know who I worship and what I do in my life, and that my hands are clean and I have a pure heart. So I know that when I do things for myself, it's going to be good. I'm praying over my food. I'm praying over the things that I, bring in my house and stuff like that. So I'm very particular about the spiritual aspect and the physical aspect, not only just organized and particular about how things are handled around the house with my clothes, all that, but the spiritual aspect of it. I'm very specific, very, very, yeah, I'm very specific, and I like to do things a certain way, and I like things to be done decently and in order. And spiritually, I'm very strict when it comes to that. Me bringing things in my house, letting people come in my house, and letting people stay in my house. Now, I was a little bit more open to that at one point, but then when I was doing that back when I lived in Bessie Beach area, I was renting out a room, and I had all kind of different types of people in and out of my house, and that caused the spiritual atmosphere change. So I stopped doing that, stopped allowing strangers that I don't know to stay with me in my house, unless I really know and I've been around them and I've sense their vibe, their spirit, if what they dealing with, the type of spirits that they got going on, what they dibbling dabbling in. That's very important to me, because those type of things will affect you personally in your life. So you have to be very strict about the spirits that you let in your atmosphere, in your environment. Now, your home is your haven, your peaceful place, right? So you can't just let anybody and everybody up in your house moving around, and they got all kind of things that they got going on, especially when you are uh, your life is peaceful, your life is calm, you have dealt with, or you're dealing with the inner brokenness that you have, and so you're healing, and you're becoming a better version of yourself. So you have to be careful who you allow to come into your home, into your safe, peaceful place. And so that's how I am, whether I'm in here or outside. I'm very particular about, even where I eat. I try not to eat at restaurants where they worship idols, where they worship sometimes you don't know and you can't tell, but uh, that's why you have to, you need to pray over your food. But like for example, a lot of the Chinese and the Japanese restaurants or places, they have their idol right in the front when you go in. I know in the West they do. They have the Buddha. They have all that sitting there right there for you to see that that's their God. That's who they worship. So me, as a believer in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, I can't just eat anywhere. I can't. If I see that, then I need to not eat there. And I didn't know this at one point, because I didn't pay attention to it. But when I had my awakening and I came to the knowledge of who I really am, and my ancestors were the ones in the biblical scriptures who were dispersed throughout the four corners of the earth, the ones that were under the curse of Deuteronomy, the children of Israel that were in Egypt and that were brought out by Moses, those are my ancestors. So when I came to the knowledge of the truth about who I really am, I realized that, my Elohim or Elim, or my God, my Father is the creator of the universe, the one, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So therefore, I cannot be dibbling dabbling with other gods, right? So if I see that they have a Buddha, or they have a woman with the tongue hanging out with all this stuff, a lot of these pictures and these statues with all this, that's their gods. It's not my God. That's not my portion. My portion is the real creator, the one that created everything. He even created the other gods, So I can't therefore worship another God. I can't eat food that was dedicated to that God, because just like the fake hair and the weeds and all that, a lot of that hair is dedicated to certain gods. Like the Indian people, a lot of times when they cut the hair, they dedicate the hair to their gods. So the Chinamen, they have the Buddha and they have all that. That's their God. My God, my Yah, my Father is the one that created the universe. So I honor him. I worship him. So I don't worship other gods. So if I see that, I have to make sure I don't engage with that, right? So this is what I'm saying. That's why I'm very particular about like where I eat, restaurants I eat at, what I do, what I wear, certain jewelries. We have to be careful with the certain jewelries. That's why I had to kind of I had to get rid of all my old jewelry, and I'm starting all over. Every now and then I'll get maybe a pair of earrings or something like that. I normally don't wear necklaces. I may wear bracelets, but it's usually like the beaded looking kind. But yeah, I try to minimize that because I used to really go overboard with jewelry. And I had a nose ring at one point. I got rid of everything, and I'm starting all over, and I'm slowly introducing little pieces here and there. That is just my personal walk. It's my personal journey. It's my personal journey. I'm not pushing that off on anybody. It's just me. And so, yeah, I just want to do this video and just tell you why I don't have a helper or a dada to help me around here in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, even though a lot of the even locals have a helper or a dada to help them washing and all that. So now, if I had a bunch of kids, then that'd be different. I would need some help. Even though in the West we don't, we just manage, but you know, here it's affordable. You can actually get someone to help you and assist you. So just wanted to do that video today, and I'll come to you and just explain to you why I don't have a helper. I've had people ask me. Anyway, do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning into this channel. Thumbs up. Hit on the notification bell to be notified, so whenever I do a new video, you'll be notified. Video live, you'll be notified. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I think that's all for now. I'll do another video in the next couple of days. So I'm going to say shalom, salama, peace, family. See you guys in the next video.